Hi, I'm Charlie from CookingSecretsForMen.com. In our continuing series, Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders, I'm pleased to have as my guest, Willie Hines. Willie,
hey, thank you
so much for showing up. You have a very interesting life story. Mm-hmm. You were on the Milwaukee Common Council for 20 years.
Yes.
20 years. Mm-hmm. And 10 of those years, the last 10, you were the president of the Common Council. So talk a little bit about your years there on council and some of the things you're most proud of as when you were on council.
Yeah. Well, actually, thank you, Charlie, for having me. It's a joy to be here with you. I will say that the time spent on the council, first, it was a tremendous honor. The residents gave me an opportunity to represent their interests at City Hall, and I was very thankful that I was able to do that. As an alderman, one of the greatest accomplishments was investing in the city, economic development, growing the district, bringing retail services, bringing additional supportive services, housing, as well as jobs to the district. And so a significant portion of my focus was the development of the North Avenue Street corridor in partnership with the CDC and T. Whaley Smith and a number of others to help develop that particular corridor with New Covenant, a number of other organizations, New Covenant Housing, New Covenant Church, who occupied a tremendous presence there, Community Baptist Church, and a number of others there. So doing the economic development, bringing the Jewel Osco to 35th and Monarchy was a tremendous accomplishment, simply because it was a food desert, an oasis where there weren't grocery stores in the area. We worked in partnership with the churches in the neighborhoods to screen residents for job opportunities. And so from an alderman standpoint, that was the greatest achievement, just the housing, the hundreds of millions of dollars worth of economic development, and a significant portion of housing, and just retail opportunities there. So that was really great. As the council president, it was really stabilizing the council. It was a point in time when there had been individuals that had not handled themselves appropriately, 3 of which had gone to prison. And so I had come to stabilize the council and bring a significant amount of dignity there. And in that particular capacity, I think that was the greatest challenge there. A lot of people had lost hope and vision in the council. And I'm just thankful unto God that I was able to restore dignity there. And then we were able to move development forward as well. And so one of the largest one was really Mr. Zilber, the Zilber Foundation, as they transformed Pap City. So that was a significant development. The demolition of the expressway to create opportunities for the Bucks to be in that corridor. And so just a number of things that was to add tax bases to the city while bringing retail trade, residential opportunities. And I'm just nice to be able to drive through the city and see many of those accomplishments, both in the district as well as throughout the city.
Right. So in 2014, you gave up your alderman seat on the council and resigned as the president of the council, and you went to work for the City Housing Authority of the city of Milwaukee. That's what it's called. So now you're the executive director there. So what's interesting to me about this, Willie, is that you grew up in public housing in Milwaukee, and now you're overseeing the public housing in Milwaukee. So that's got to be a 360 full circle thing for you in your life.
Yeah, I've had tremendous success, and I thank God, the Hines family, we've done well in the city of Milwaukee. But serving in this capacity is exactly what you said, coming full circle. My mom brought me home from the hospital. She brought me to Hillside. We spent a number of years there. We then moved into an urban renewal development directly across the street from Highland Park. With Mr. Lula Mae Chambers and a number of other residents who embraced the youth there, created job opportunities, allowed for us to really take trips and go places that kids from the urban center couldn't attend. I remember going to Dandelion Park. I remember opportunities to go to the zoo and State Fair, a couple of Brewers games as well. And so the center and the core and the essence of who I am, a part of my makeup is from public housing. And it's such an honor to be able to serve the community in this capacity and create opportunities for our residents now that we're created for me and my family when we were kids. It was 10 of us, and we've been fortunate enough to have an imprint on the city of Milwaukee. And in my executive position now, it's an opportunity for me to create opportunities for my residents to ensure that they too equally have not only qualitative housing, but they have self-sufficiency components attached to that housing, and they can matriculate through the development such that they can end up being able to have a fewer choices in their life. So it's really an honor. I have a great team. We're working to stabilize the organization. Just coming out of COVID was very difficult on us, but so it's such an honor. I never thought about it as a kid. That's where I had my first job, first basketball team I played on, the first, just a mini first. And it also showed me a sense of a community. So we had a community that was there. And again, it was an honor I didn't recognize the value and the beauty of public housing as a kid until I got older. And in this particular capacity, I'm very honored to be able to serve the mayor in this capacity.
Great. Well, we're lucky to have you in that position. So you went to Marquette. Mm-hmm. Graduated, you got your bachelor's there. Mm-hmm. You also played basketball there.
That I did.
You were on the basketball team there at Marquette. Yeah. And in 2014, you were awarded the Distinguished Alumnus from Marquette. I was at that ceremony.
Oh, thanks for the support. I appreciate the friendship as well.
Joey, my friend. So that is a true local boy makes good scenario. I mean, what we've painted so far is you're in a position that's trying to make the city better. The university that you went to recognizes you as a distinguished alum. And it's just some of those accolades have got to feel good.
It's nice when people appreciate what you do, but I do it in honor of my mom and dad, in honor and glory to God. So from that perspective, it is nice when they recognize you, but it's a commitment to this community, and for Marquette to honor me was a great achievement. I clearly remember. I remember as a kid living down the street from Marquette University, never ever thinking that I'd ever had the opportunity to be there. I remember when they won the championship. My brother and I went downtown to Angelo's Pizza and we watched. It was raining that night too, Charlie. And so we watched. It was a lot of fun. But again, a kid in public housing, you never thought that would be an opportunity for you to attend that university, let alone be able to represent them in a uniform and be a part of the basketball team. And so my Marquette days was memorable as well, and a tremendous honor to be in an environment that I never dreamed that I could ever attain, and then to be recognized and honored for being a distinguished alum. And I'm just thankful to Marquette. They clearly prepared me academically and socially for many of the challenges that I faced. Did so much that our kids even went there as well. So
there you go.
It's a great environment, and they definitely was instrumental in helping.
Okay. So you played basketball at Marquette, mm-hmm. and I know that you played basketball in high school. You were at you went to Rufus King High School.
Oh my
Milwaukee.
Goodness, Charlie, where you go?
I know your scoring average, or your all conference, multiple years. And your scoring average was 17 points in high school. That's pretty good. So I have to ask you, you were a gunner, weren't you?
Well, I had confidence in my ability to score. Let me just put it that way.
That's right. If you miss, it's just one more before it goes in the basket. Keep shooting.
Right. I shot really well though. I was a pretty good point guard, two guard. Played at Rufus King. There were 4 of us went on to play Division I, so it was really, really talented school, athletically wise. Academically too, it was an international baccalaureate program, so they prepared us both academically and they prepared us for sports as well. And so I did. I was fortunate enough to have great success at the high school level. Really, actually, I thought Georgetown is really where I wanted to go, but Marquette ended up being the best fit for me, and it worked out well. But in high school, we did well, and there wasn't a shot I really didn't like, but I had enough confidence. I believed in my ability to score, Charlie. So if it's you over me, right. I may take the shot.
That's right. So you and I know each other because of our wives. They work together at the Greater Milwaukee Foundation. Mm-hmm. And so we would go to these rubber chicken events with our wives, and they'd be out working the crowd, chatting up everybody, and you and I'd be sitting at the table. We would just chat about whatever sport season it was. If it was basketball, we'd talk the Bucks. If it's baseball, spring we'd talk about the Brewers. And football, well, you talk about the Packers. I don't really care. No, but we just struck up a great friendship. Mostly because our wives ignored us at these rubber chicken dinners. So without your wife, would not have met you and become friends. So tell us a little bit about your family and where everybody is.
Well, we've been blessed, as indicated, I have 9 siblings, so it's 10 of us. Most of us are in the city of Milwaukee. I do have and so my kids, my daughter, as you said, my wife is still at the Greater Milwaukee Foundation. Our daughter is here in the city of Milwaukee. She's doing well. She's at Kohl's. Our son she's at...
Kohl's is a law firm.
Kohl's is a law firm,
Yes.
so she followed her mom in the footstep of becoming an attorney, and so she's currently at Kohl's and doing a great job there. Our son, he's in Chicago. I wish he was here. He did marketing, advertising, and communications at Marquette, and as a result, he did tell us that he'll probably end up in New York, Chicago, or LA. He had an opportunity to go to New York. I'm glad he ended up in Chicago because he's just up the street, and he's doing very, very well for himself there. And we're excited. We're just very thankful and grateful unto God that our kids are doing well, and that by His grace that the family is doing well as well. So. But you're absolutely right. I think we've met at many of those events, and I'm glad you were there. I'm glad Ellen brought you. I'm glad you chose up and chose to come, and that's really created an opportunity for us to establish our friendship, and it's a joy to even be with you today as well.
I appreciate you coming. So this series, Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders, is about serious people with serious jobs having a little fun. So we're going to have a little fun today. Before we start, I wanted to you have some nice clothes on. I'm going to give you one of our aprons.
Okay.
For you to wear so you don't get all dirty.
Okay.
Usually Cecilia, I didn't give hers until we were almost out the door. Oh, I forgot. And Cecilia always dresses nice. So, what are we cooking today?
We're going to cook Hoppin John and do some spinach and cornbread on the side. Hoppin John is a dish that a Southern tradition cuisine that's generally served around the New Year season. Black-eyed peas for good luck, and then the spinach and greens for wealth. And so serve that over rice, and then we'll be able to have spinach and cornbread.
So we'll be back in just a minute. We're going to set up and get cooking. All right, so we're over here at our cooking machine. We've got a myriad of pans here, so Willie, take it away.
Okay, well, we're going to do again Hoppin John. I'm going to start out by putting about a cup of sausage. It really is
Is that andouille?
Andouille sausage.
So it's the andouille sausage.
Yep. And then just kind of let it simmer. And then it's simmering, I put a lid on it.
I got a lid right here for you.
And then
All right, so what do you want it on? It's on low right now.
You can put it on low to medium.
Okay. So we got some andouille sausage.
Okay, and then
And we've also got some rice here.
Yes.
That looks like it's about done. We can probably turn that off.
Okay.
And then it'll continue to absorb the liquid.
Correct. And then we have a fourth of a cup of green peppers.
Okay.
That we add in here as well.
Yeah, this is going to say a little.
It's
a seal. Yeah.
There we go. That's going to be perfect. Let me get a spoon and get that. We do a fourth cup of red pepper.
Red bell pepper.
Red bell pepper. Yeah.
You know, red bell pepper is just a green pepper that has matured.
And just a different flavor. A third cup of onions, chopped onions as well.
There you go. I'll show this to the camera. It looks yummy.
Turn up a little. And then I do a fourth of a cup of jalapeno, just to add a little spice in there. Not too biting, but at least it gives a little flavor.
A little kick to it.
A little kick to it. I like spices.
Okay. So we got sausage, onion, 2 kinds of peppers, and well, actually 3 kinds of jalapenos. Certainly a pepper. So that's the base.
Yeah, and so I just kind of let this cook so we can turn it up. I'll put the top back on it to soften up the vegetables and soften up the meat.
Okay.
Tenderize a little bit. And then we'll let that, then I'll put the other ingredients in on it. I gotta get the spinach going.
Okay.
Okay.
So spinach will go in here.
Yes.
It's easier to reach.
Bag of frozen spinach.
Spinach has a lot of liquid part of it, so it will have a natural moisturizer as we're getting that going.
And so, need a little seasoning for the spinach. There we go.
Just put a little salt, pepper.
Yeah.
Do my sous chef duties.
There's
Area to work in. So the next thing will be what?
Once we get with this one, I'll let it cook a little more. Then we'll put the beans in.
Okay. All right. So we'll be back in just a minute as soon as the beans are ready to go in. All right. So we're back. The aromatics and the sausage have cooked down pretty nicely. The rice is ready to go. The spinach is done. So Willie, take it away.
Yeah, so I'm going to put the black eyed peas into the mix. Again, that's as it's softened up and texturized a little bit.
So this is a can of black eyed peas that you drained. We talked about draining and rinsing, and yours are just drained. We didn't rinse them.
Correct. Correct. Going to use 2 cans.
Hoppin John coming on board.
John coming on board, Charlie. And you just kind of stir it in, and as you stir it, just try to blend it. Make sure it's mixed very well. And then I put a little. It says some use garlic clovers. I just kind of use garlic powder. It just gives it an opportunity, just a little flavor.
We're probably putting a little, around a teaspoon or maybe a little less.
Yeah, a teaspoon or less or so. A little paprika for color, a little texture. Mostly for the coloring.
That's paprika.
Use some pepper, black pepper, just to like using black pepper. But again, you can use your own seasonings. We have some jalapeno pepper, and I just do it. And then the biggest one is the Goya seasoning, Goya packet.
All right, so Goya seasoning. They're pretty standard Hispanic, Latin seasoning.
Yeah, and it just add very, very good flavor to it. Okay, actually I use a pack and a half. Spread it evenly over the top of it. We stir that up. And then I'm going to top it off after we get it stirred. Now I generally put about a half a cup of barbecue sauce just to add another little flavor to it.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
There you go.
And of course, you can use whatever you like. Generally it's a half a cup.
Can't go wrong with Sweet Baby Ray's. All you barbecue boys out there, I know you use it.
Yeah, it's really tasty.
So it'll continue to absorb some of the liquid and it'll evaporate.
Well, I put it on just to soften it, I like it. I don't like it too dry.
Is there anything else that we need to do?
Actually, this is pretty much it.
So we'll finish up here in terms of getting organized, and then I think we're going to have to taste it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be back in just a second with our taste test of Hoppin John. All right. So Hoppin John. So Willie, why don't you tell us what we got here?
Well, we have Hoppin John over brown rice and with spinach, and we sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on it if you want to, Charlie.
A little Parmesan on the spinach.
On the spinach.
I can do that.
And let's go and we can dig in.
Huh?
Okay. Oh, yeah. And we also have cornbread. Thank you, Charlie.
Little
Appreciate
cornbread.
that.
Gotta have cornbread with
Gotta have
Hoppin John.
cornbread with Hoppin John.
So I asked my wife, said, do you think we should have some butter with the cornbread? She said, oh, no.
No.
So I apologize, we don't have any butter with it. But.
I'm sure it's tasty anyhow. That was thanks to Charlie.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and taste our Hoppin John. Smells great.
Thank you.
Oh, it's delicious.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
The sausage certainly lends a great flavoring, and then the spices you put in, the Goya, the garlic, salt and pepper, just kind of puts it all together. The aromatics, of course, just kind of blend in, and the black-eyed peas, not Fergie, not I am Will I am. It's it's just
Right.
these are canned black peas. Well, I have to test cornbread, see if it's any good. Since it's,
Oh, the cornbread. Cornbread is very good. Talking with my mouth full, Charlie. Bad table manners.
so once again, I have a guest in. Guest prepares a wonderful meal for me, and you get an apron. So that's kind of the way that things work around here. No, I'm kidding. I mean, people such as yourself who try to make our city a better place. We like to shine a light on and say thank you very much. The work that you do cannot be quantified, is not celebrated enough. So we do absolutely appreciate the work that you put in from the time you've been in public service, which is now going on years.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If you do the math going back to where we started, you can figure it out. But anyway, so Willie, thank you so much for coming by.
No, thank you so much, Charlie.
Always great to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone out there. Please like and support our videos. Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders. Next week will be the president of the Greater Milwaukee Committee, Joel Brennan. I'm hoping, this is why I'm hoping, that it'll be cold and we have to bundle up and go outside to our grill and grill something. So that'll be a typical Wisconsin, a couple guys standing out by the grill grilling something and it's 20 degrees and snowing. So thanks everyone, appreciate it, and as always, thanks for watching. And see, there's a blooper already. There, please like and support our videos. More cooking with me. There's another blooper. Cooking with Milwaukee Community Leaders.